we're going to go over this when we actually get him on the stream, which I'm going to call him on Discord momentarily. Um, but we're going to play Guess the Program. So, with that being said, let's get into it. And let's give him a buzz. Hope everything goes well. You can hear me? Hmm. You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I can hear you too.
Yeah. So, what are the rules to it again?
Well, we'll do it like Jim Cornette does it.
What are the rules again?
Oh. Well, actually, yeah, that's true, because one of them only does it. I would say,
Guess in the town.
yeah, guess the town and guess the year.
Territory.
Yeah.
The year, right?
Well, no, you don't have to guess the territory. You just the town comes with the territory, no?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess.
It
But
could.
even because you could say like, oh, territory, this one, but it's a town within that, and you guess the wrong town. I mean, you could do either, or you could do the town and the territory, just the town.
Right.
But the territory will probably be a um likely mention when talking about the town, anyways.
Right. Hello, Miss Leash.
What?
Somebody joined the chat. I mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Again, for those just joining us, or for those not, well, I guess it's not just joining us because the stream just started. I
Maybe just join because they just did join.
yeah. We are actually joined by a special guest tonight. It is my brother's first time on the stream, so be kind.
How do you do? How do you do?
We are going to test our knowledge in wrestling history, and we're going to play Guess the Program. As you guys know, I have a bit of a collection of wrestling programs and or wrestling memorabilia, and so does he. So we're going to put those to use.
Test our knowledge.
Yes, test our knowledge. Leash says hi.
Ciao. How do you do?
Would you like to go first, or
Let's see who is the Grand Master of wrestling programs.
or do you want to test me first since you're the guest?
We could go back and forth, one for one. I'll do one, you do one.
Mm-hmm.
Even Steven. Okay. With that, tonight's card is opening up with Baron von Raschke versus Chris Markov. The second bout, a bonus bout, we have Shockey, assumably Eddie Shockey, versus Gilbert, assumably Tommy Gilbert. In a special main event, Ernie the Cat Lad and Mr. Universe take on the tag team of Larry the Axe Hennon and Harley Race in a title bout. And in the main event, we will see the Crusher and Dick the Bruiser versus Killer and Alaskan.
So I'm assuming the Alaskan is probably one of the York brothers, correct?
Possibly. It does just say the Alaskans. I have no.
See,
Uh,
at first, because of the card, I would put it with Baron von Raschke, and like the opening primary matches makes me think the AWA. But Crusher makes me think Indianapolis. Because Crusher and Dick the Bruiser were, tied at the hip for.
mhm. Also, have to think about the year as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Because the semi main was the tag match with Harley Race in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Harley Race and Larry the Axe Cannon versus Ernie Ladd and Mr. Universe in a title bout.
And I'm pretty sure that Harley and Larry the Axe were a tag team before Harley broke his leg. So, that would be before Harley made his way to St. Louis, which would be in the 60s. I'm going to say late. I'm going to say November 1968, and I'm going to go with the AWA.
And what's your guess on the town? Just near geography now.
Uh, let's go St. Paul. It seemed like a big show. Let's go St. Paul.
Out of St. Paul, Minnesota, on March 19th, 1967,
Fuck.
this card was taking place. On the front cover, it mentions Vashon to get a return match with Gagne soon.
Yeah, so it was the
It
AWA.
mentions, yeah, it was the AWA in 1967 with Killer Kowalski and the Alaskan versus Crusher and Bruiser main eventing. I am curious who Mr. Universe was.
That's true, because
Any idea?
Southeastern is the one that had the random Max guys. Mr.
Let's
Olympia
see.
and Super Olympia and
Yeah, I've never heard of him before.
I'm doing fine, Leash. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hmm,
I'm doing pretty nice.
good.
So that's 1 point for you. That's 1 point for you since you got the town.
Yeah. That's true. Basically basically chat, the point system is town, year, and is there another thing that we can get? Or
No, just town and year for
town and
fun.
year, yeah. So now I shuffle through a
I
lot
am
of.
looking at a picture on the back of this right now, and it is indeed Jay York.
Oh.
Yolanski.
You know what? I'm gonna go with this one first. And so the card, I gotta flip to it. The opening match is a tag team match, an Australian tag team match, which, for those who might not know what an Australian tag team match is, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it is basically a tornado tag team match, correct?
No, an Australian tag team match was a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match.
Oh, see, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it says on the. It says right below it. It says a 2 out of 3 falls, 30-minute time.
Yeah.
With a
They just
2-minute
call
rest.
it that Australian because I believe I forget what the team was, but I know there was an Australian tag team that was really popular and would go around. I think it was the Australians. It was Al Castello and I think it was Roy Heffernan.
Yeah.
and they would go around coming to territories as the tag team champions for the babyface team to go against them.
Well, the opening bout is Omar Atlas and a young Kevin Sullivan against against Seki or Seki Benny and or this the grammar on this isn't very good. I think it's Seki and Benny Ramirez.
Okay. Seki and Benny.
Yeah. The second match is Oki Shikini or Oki Shikina. Sorry.
Shakina.
Oki Shikina versus Ted DiBiase.
Okay.
And then we move to Bulldog Bob Brown versus Ron Fuller.
Bulldog Bob Brown made me think it's Kansas City.
Another special attraction Australian tag team match. Pat O'Connor and Jack Briscoe versus Blackjack Lanza and Lord Alfred Hayes.
Wait, say that. Say it again.
Special attraction Australian tag team match. Pat O'Connor and Jack Briscoe versus Blackjack Lanza and Lord Alfred Hayes. And then one of two main events. Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dory Funk
Does it
Jr.
say Nature Boy? Does
Yes,
it say Nature Boy?
It says Nature Boy.
Okay.
And Dory Funk Jr. And then the other main event is Dick Murdoch against Rocky Johnson. And a bonus match. I just noticed a bonus match. 12 wrestlers from the card go into the ring at one time, and a man is eliminated over the top rope. When he's tossed over the top rope, last survivor wins $4,800. It is a 12-man battle royal.
Okay, so since it's a battle royal, not a wrestle royal.
So
I
apologize. It does say wrestle royal.
Oh, no, not okay. So it's St. Louis. Okay, so it's St. Louis Wrestling Club. Because Sam Muchnick famous for running his wrestle royals, and all these wrestlers are from all over the United States. Omar Atlas, he would have been older at this point. Oh, he would have been probably, he was, I think, known for like the Southwest, Northwest. DiBiase was a popular guy in St. Louis. Flair and Dory were good with St. Louis. That St. Louis was also very known for using the label Australian Tag Team Match, so it's definitely St. Louis. Gonna be sometime in the 70s, because Flair debuted in the 70s. Kevin Sullivan was debuting in like the early 70s, I believe. DiBiase. There was no title on the lines in the show. Were any of the matches for a title?
No matches were for titles.
Dory Funk. I'm guessing this would have been then when Flair was getting built up, so it was before a title reign. So it has to be in the 70s then, definitely. Dory. John Royal. Blackjack Lanza. And was it Blackjack Lanza and Pat O'Connor?
It was Blackjack Lanza and Lord Alfred Hayes against Pat O'Connor and Jack Briscoe.
So I'm guessing Harley Race was probably the NWA champion at the time. But it has to be in like the mid to late 70s. I'm gonna say 1977 St. Louis.
And you are correct about St. Louis. You are also correct that Harley Race was a world champion, because at the following card on February the 17th, Harley Race was defending the title. It's unclear against who. I'm figuring somebody from one of the main events, but it is January 21st, 1978.
They didn't want to give it away yet. January. Oh God! January what? January 1st.
January 21st, 1978.
21st. Okay, I was gonna be like, I'm day off. I mean, still, I was a month off. Like, come on now. I was so close. Oh, damn. Okay.
You
So that's 1 point for me.
pictured on the front is Rocky Johnson and Dick Murdoch talking about their match on the
I'm
27th.
surprised Rocky Johnson, Dick Murdoch would be ahead of Flair and Funk. But then again, since it's not the main event, the rest of our list, it does make sense.
Correct. Because, and this also is unique because the Harlem Globetrotters are actually on the back cover as they were visiting on March 10th.
Oh.
And Ric Flair is listed in the mailing as the stamp. A young Ric Flair, actually.
He is the stamp. He is the stamp.
He is the stamp.
He's the stamp. Okay.
So that is 1 point
Who
for
needs
you.
Dennis Stamp when you have Ric Flair?
Now we jump back
Okay.
to my turn.
Mwah. Okay. So, first match of the night. Out of St. Joseph, Missouri, weighing 225 pounds, Sonny Myers versus from Chicago, weighing 225 pounds, Al. It says SZASZ. Al Sazaz
Sounds about right to me.
in the second match. We have Danny Savage from Salt Lake City, weighing 210 pounds, versus Al Lovelock out of Houston, weighing 240 pounds. In a one fall 20-minute time limit match, Ivan Kamelkov from Russia, weighing 220 pounds, faces off against Rito Romero from Mexico, 198 pounds. In a 2 out of 3 falls, no time limit match, Fred Atkins from Australia, weighing 275 pounds, takes on Hans Schnabel from Chicago, 255 pounds. And in the main event, 2 out of 3 falls to win, 60-minute time limit, for a title I will not name, the Mighty Atlas from California, weighing 218 pounds, versus Black Guzman from Mexico, weighing 205 pounds.
See, at first you saying Sonny Myers, I immediately thought St. Louis
Yeah. He is from St. Joseph.
because Sonny Myers is Mr. St. Louis, and I mean also AWA, but you know,
And Central States.
right? But
Okay.
I was thinking now more along the lines of Texas because of the amount of people from Mexico you named, as Texas was more. Texas and California were the two main areas where the guys from Mexico would go.
Both states famous for being north of Mexico.
Specifically San Antonio, and I want to say Los Angeles
Yeah.
more than San Francisco in California.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say this has either got to be the early 60s or the late 50s. Because of Sonny Myers, because of Babe Guzman and Omar Atlas.
No, not Babe Guzman, Black Guzman.
Black Guzman, sorry. I'm gonna say
Black Guzman was a former star in CMLL.
I'm gonna say it wouldn't be San Antonio because there's nobody. There's no Joe Blanchard guys down there, and I know that San Antonio wasn't really a territory in the late 50s. Like it wasn't its own individual territory under Joe Blanchard in the late
Mm-hmm.
50s. Because that's before
Control
Fritz.
still right there.
Right. So I'm going to go with California. I'm going to go with the West Coast. I think I'm going to go with LA. And 1957.
You are both wrong with the year and wrong with the town. You had it right with Texas. It was not San Antonio. It was
Damn it.
Fort Worth. And the year is in December. It is December 3rd, 1951. The title was the Texas Heavyweight title that Mighty Atlas and Black Guzman were fighting over, with Mighty Atlas as the champion and Black Guzman as the challenger.
I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing if I had to guess, Mighty Atlas is on the cover of the program, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, no, there's 4 guys on the cover.
Well,
We have
he's
Black
one of the 4
Guzman.
on the cover.
Yeah, he's one of the 4. Yeah, Fred Atkins with a very hairy chest,
I mean,
and Hans Schnabel, who looks very angry.
I'm seeing it now. The amount of times I've seen Mighty Atlas on the cover of Texas programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still 1-1, huh?
Yep, it is 1-1.
I guess I was right with one of the. I guess I was on the right track, but went too far back.
Yeah, one of the cool things about these programs is the different advertisements they have on here. Oh,
yeah?
I just turned it over and it has Waldak Kowalski, heavyweight wrestling sensation of the nation. Kowalski will return.
Waldek Kowalski is one of the top stars from the late 40s, early 50s, correct?
I think he even goes back to the 30s, I want to say.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I have my next program in hand. And my question is, are you ready? It is a small card.
I am ready.
I will give you that. It is a small card.
Okay.
The
I
opening
mean,
match.
I would have found that out after he said the matches.
The opening match. Larry Hamilton versus Tommy Phillips, or Tommy Phelps. Sorry.
Tommy Phelps. I've never heard of Tommy Phelps. Larry Hamilton. I know he became the Missouri Mauler later on in his career. Okay, next.
Doug Donovan versus Von Poppenheim. That is a very interesting.
Poppenheim?
Yes, that is his name, Von Poppenheim.
Is he related to Mary Poppins?
I'm gonna say no, but I don't know. The main event, 2 out of 3 falls, tag team match, 60-minute time limit. It is Dizzy Davis and Ray Clements versus the Professor, Roy Shire, and Frenchie Omet.
Okay, so you saw I had you with 51, so you had to go even earlier than rematch, so it's gotta be like Larry Hamilton, since he was in the open. Let's say, when did he debut? I don't know when he debuted. I really have no idea when he debuted. I'm guessing it wouldn't have been during World War II. Right? It has to be after World War II.
And if it helps, I will give you Von Poppenheim's name. His name is actually Kurt Von Poppenheim.
Oh wow, that really helps. Kurt the comparable Kurt Von Poppenheim's on here, so I should easily know what year it is. Main event, Dizzy Davis. Yeah, God. I still haven't thought about the town. Dizzy Davis, I know he was big in the Southeast. And famously, Gorgeous George got his gimmick from Dizzy Davis. Um, what was Dizzy Davis facing again?
It was Dizzy Davis and Ray
Francis Dundee.
Clements against Professor Roy Shire and Frenchie Oman.
Frenchie, how do you spell his name?
Ouimettt.
Uimet. Frenchie. So he's a French guy,
Mm-hmm.
and or he could just be a gimmick French. I've never heard of him before. Um, we met. I'm guessing he's a fake Frenchman because his name looks like it's supposed to be a gag. So it's Dizzy Davis and somebody I've never heard of versus Ray Shire or Roy Shire. Is it Roy Shire or Ray Shire?
It was Roy.
Roy Shire. Yes, Ray Stevens played Ray Shire. Yeah. So Roy Shire. This is before he was in San Francisco. But that was later. I think that was in the '60s. Okay, I have no idea the town. I have no idea the year. I'm gonna guess fucking. I don't know. I'll say 1946 is what my gut was saying. And I'll say, I'm thinking between, I mean, Texas and California are go-tos because most wrestling happened in Texas, California. Larry Hamilton was there. I think Larry Hamilton competed early on in Texas. And Dizzy Davis, I feel like, was also popular in Texas. I'm gonna say Texas. I'm gonna say, I'll go with Fort Worth in 1946.
So it is actually West Texas.
Oh yeah, fucking shitbag.
There's absolutely. I don't know that you would have gotten the town. You would have gotten the state because you got Texas, but it's Borger, Texas, which is a small town outside of Amarillo.
Oh yeah, nah. I mean, if I said Amarillo, that still would have counted, but
Right.
nah.
And it is March 1957.
57?
Yep.
Oh my god, I was wrong. Wow.
I can say that the big reason why I bought the program is because Roy Shire was on the cover, and for the early days of me, what's it called? Collecting, not just getting something from San Francisco, but also getting something with Roy Shire on it
Yeah.
was something I wanted, and
Yeah.
that's what I did there.
Wow. 57. Wow. So I should have known it was later though, because Larry Hamilton wrestled till like 1983. So that would have meant if he debuted at 1946, that would have been what? Would have been like almost 60 by then. Yeah, so I should have known it was in 1946. That was a mistake on my part.
And
I wouldn't have got 57. Probably would have
Even though
said early
Kurt von
50s.
Poppenheim wasn't much of a help, I will applaud the fact that Kurt von Poppenheim had a hell of a beard.
And a hell of a name.
He's got a beard like the Monopoly Man.
I want to know who the fuck Kurt von Poppenheim is. I've never heard that name before in my life. Has to be a gimmick name. Again, no one's real name is Poppenheim. Right?
Yes, but that does mean that we both struck out on the second one.
Yeah. I got Texas. I mean, doesn't count for anything, but I got it.
Yeah. And Leash did point out that our accents are different.
Keen listeners.
Yeah, Leash is a keen listener.
Okay.
It's my turn
Next
again.
up, the third program of the show. The opening match. Paul Kelly from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing 240 pounds, is taking on one Bobby Fulton from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 220 pounds in a 1-fall 15-minute time limit contest. The second match, an Australian tag team match. Buzz Tyler, 321 pounds, out of Nashville, Tennessee, his partner Mark Stewart, Vancouver, Washington, 229 pounds, take on 666 and MEB in a one fall 20-minute time limit contest. Any comments so far? Any ideas?
I'm thinking the Missouri territory, but
Third match is Ron Ritchie from Winnipeg, Canada, 230 pounds, taking on Paul Orndorff out of Tampa, Florida, 236 pounds, in a one fall 20-minute time limit contest. In the fourth match, we will see Austin Idol from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 245 pounds, taking on Buddy Landell from Orlando, Florida, 237 pounds, one fall, 20-minute time limit. The fifth match, Cowboy Bob Orton takes on Rufus R. Jones out of Boston, Massachusetts, 278 pounds, one fall, 30-minute time limit. The co-feature, an Australian tag team matchup. Russia Blackwell out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing 471 pounds, takes on Ken Patera, and not takes on, teams with Ken Patera from Portland, Oregon, weighing 258 pounds, and they face Dick the Bruiser out of Reno, Nevada, weighing 252 pounds, and Rick Martel out of Quebec City, Canada, weighing 236 pounds, one fall, 30-minute time limit. And in the main event, for a title I will not name, David Von Erich from Denton, Texas, weighing 251 pounds, will take on Harley Race from Kansas City, Missouri, 254 pounds in a one fall, 1 hour time limit match.
so at first I thought it was Missouri. Then as the show kept going, I thought it was the AWA. Florida kept creeping back into my head.
Why is that? Why do those come in?
Well, as you said, the Australian tag team match from Missouri.
Yeah.
The reason why Florida is because it's underrated Florida and Georgia with Georgia because of Paul Orndorff, Florida because the luchadors would go to Florida too. Like the Mexican wrestlers would go to Florida too. Um
I mean, there is no mention of if 666 and MEB are Mexican luchadors or what they are, because it just has question marks under where they're from and their weight.
right. So that means
Apparently,
probably
they could
parts
not
of
get
them.
them on a scale.
So I put on my thinking cap and
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with my gut and go with St. Louis because of the main event and the semi-main, because I know the Crusher and Rick Martel at least had time in St. Louis. I'm not
Russia
sure.
Blackwell.
Yeah, I forgot about Jerry Blackwell. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about Ken Patera though. So I'm gonna go with St. Louis, and with Rick Martel there, it has to be the early '80s. So I'm gonna go with 1980. Let's go June 1980, St. Louis.
Ooh. December 9th, 1983, out of the Kyle Auditorium, St. Louis, Missouri. So that would be 1 point for you.
That would be
But
1 point.
The thing with the Australian tag team match and the second match with 666 and MEB, as soon as I saw that, I obviously I know what it is already, but it rang to me that, oh wow, this is definitely after Sam Muchnick retired, because he did not like having maxed men on his shows.
Makes sense.
And this is almost 2 years after Muchnick retired and the downfall of St. Louis.
Right, because in '84, Vince
Yeah,
would
with the
come
help of
into
Larry Matzik. Yeah, with the help of Larry Matzik, Vince took over wrestling at the Chase. Even though in '83, Matzik did try to compete against Digel and his contingent, but
right.
I forget who was a no-show. I think it was Blackjack Mulligan was gonna main event a match against Bruiser Brody, but he no-showed, and the territory was basically his attempt just squandered away.
Right.
So that's 2 points for you.
So now,
We are not getting the years on these.
no, we did well with the first one, but we didn't. We were close with the first one, but not the second. Not the second one.
Oh yeah, I
Or
was
third one.
fucking. I was a football lengths away on the Dizzy Davis one. Fucking
Yeah.
10 years off.
So, I'm actually, I think I may have to switch the programs because I just realized, unless I can find it, I might not have a year on one of them. But let me do a quick search and see if I can get a year.
I'm getting my pad ready to be able to write these down because I keep forgetting who's in the matches, so I need to write it down. Be able to double check and actually really think about, okay, well, this guy would have been here this time, that guy would have been there that time. This is official. This is getting big. I'm down by a point. I need to come back now. Can't have you beating me on here. I need to win in my debut.
Ooh. Okay, my hunch was right. Okay. So the opening match is Luis Torres versus Angelo Savaldi.
And Luis Torres. Does it say anything about where they're from?
Actually, no.
Okay. Angelo Savaldi.
Angelo Savaldi, correct.
The father of Jumping Joe Savaldi, who was a wrestler in the 80s.
Bull Pometti versus Tony Garea.
Who? Well,
Bull
what?
Pometti
How do you
versus
spell
Tony
it?
Pometti.
Comedy. Well, I've never heard of him. This is Tony Garea.
Miguel Feliciano versus Lou DiPaolo.
Miguel Feliciano. Oh no. This is Louis DiPaolo.
Yeah, Lou DiPaolo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roberto Brown versus Ben Ortiz.
Brown versus who Ortiz?
Ben Ortiz.
Anna?
Ben
Ben?
Ortiz.
Okay.
Buddy Wolf versus Sonny King.
Sonny King. Okay.
And then in the main event, one fall to a finish. Indian Strongbow versus Classy
What?
Freddie Blassie.
Indian Strongbow?
Indian Strongbow.
That's the name.
Yes.
What? What?
I will
Uh,
clarify his name. It
Jay
is actually
Strongbow?
Chief. It is Jay Strongbow.
Oh, it is Jay Strongbow. Okay.
I think it was just an error on the program
Indian Strongbow. Okay.
because his name, the name when I looked it up, is actually listed as Indian Jay Strongbow. So
Okay, wow. This is quite the show. A lot of Hispanic wrestlers on the show. That's got me thinking California. Especially Freddie Blassie in the main event got me thinking California. I know he had to retire, I think, in the early 70s from California because he had a limit, an age limit of how old you could be to wrestle for wrestling licenses. Jay Strongbow was Joe Scarper in the South before becoming Jay Strongbow in the WWF. But, I mean, this could be WWF. WWF known for having very ethnic talent. Tony Gurria's there. Sonny King was a tag team champion in the WWF. Blassie Strongbow main event. That could be a main event in WWF. But I'm thinking it's probably LA. A lot of the people I've never heard of. Bull Pimetti, Roberto Brown, Ben Ortiz, Luis Torres, and Angel Savaldi. I'm guessing they were old at this point. That's why they're in the opening match. So definitely, I'm gonna say it's in the early 70s. I'm gonna say I'm feeling 1970. 71. I'll do it early. I was gonna say 72, but I'm gonna pick earlier because not sure when Blassie had to retire. I'm gonna say 71, and I'm gonna say LA, Los Angeles, the Olympic. No, I don't know if it's the Olympic. I don't think this might be the Olympic, but it might be somewhere surrounding LA.
it is not Los Angeles.
Fuck.
It is the Catholic Youth Center in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Scranton. So it's the WWF.
Correct, and it is the early.
I didn't.
It
I
is the early
didn't think Jay
70s.
Strongbow would have. And it's right. It's probably after he left California. After Blassie
It
left
is after he
California
left
because he was
California.
bald.
Yes.
So he was. It was a small one before he became a manager. God damn it! I should have known. I wasn't sure if Jay Strongbow went to California. I was like, he probably did stay in the WWF, but maybe they sent him out some places. Oh yeah, damn it! Oh yeah, oh Newman.
But I will give you the year because I think I narrowed it down to 72, but I'm not 100% sure, so it's either 72 or
Oh no!
73.
Don't tell me it was actually 72. I was gonna pick 72. God damn.
Yes, I did say Scranton, Leash.
So Scranton, Pennsylvania. What was the year?
I think it's early 1972.
God damn it! I'll be honorable. I'm not taking it. Not gonna give you the chance to say I'm cheating. Nah. I'll be down one, but you'll hear it at the end. If I lost by one, I'll be like, no. Actually, I'm taking that back.
But this is a spot show from the WWF.
God damn it!
The next wrestling show at the Catholic Youth Center was set for April 10th on Tuesday night.
I wonder how much people the Catholic Youth Center held.
But but yeah, I unfortunately it didn't have a year. I didn't realize it didn't have a year until after I picked it. Like I said, I did a little research on cagematch.com and I
Yeah,
think I
definitely.
found the right one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Not the right card,
I
but
just
around the right year.
I just hope no kids were at the show.
Well, yeah, because bless he probably bladed.
Oh no, because it's a Catholic youth center, so you know.
Okay. Swiftly moving on.
um, yeah, let's go to the next program. In the opening match, we have the midgets, Billy the Kid versus Cowboy Bradley. And the preliminary, Lord Charles Montague takes on Benji Ramirez in a 15-minute time limit one fall bout. In a special event, wait, what? This um this is put very weird. It says special event, one fall 30-minute time limit. Football match, 5-minute time limit. Chief Wahoo McDaniel versus the Great Malenko. And it says each contestant puts up $500 in cash, and the winner will receive a $1,000 prize. I mean, if you put enough $500, you're really just getting $500. You're not winning the 1,000. You're just getting $500. And I don't understand the 30-minute time limit or 5-minute time limit. I don't know if they have a match after the football match. And the semifinal, 2 out of 3 falls, 45-minute time limit, tag team match. Spoiler number 1, and Gary Hart versus Grizzly Smith and Tom Andrews. And in the main event, 2 out of 3 falls, 60-minute time limit, the Great Malenko returns to take on Thunderbolt Patterson with Chief Wahoo McDaniel as Patterson second.
What was Boris Malenko's first match on the card?
A football match against Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Um,
Have you ever heard of a football match before?
no, I haven't.
Well,
Wait,
it's apparently returning because this is the second time it's happened.
no, I actually think I think WCW did a football match with Lex Luger and Curtis Hughes in the 90s, I think. I don't remember if I have the program or I saw the
I
program.
don't think it'll be the same match, but it might be. I've never even heard of it.
Um, I mean, the only thing that's clicking with me is Thunderbolt Patterson and Boris Malenko were both big stars in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Boris Malenko was more a big star in Florida than in Georgia. I know Thunderbolt was in Georgia too, and I'm pretty sure Wahoo was in Georgia as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he was. Um, but it's just picking the year. What was the opening match?
In the opening contest, it was the midgets, Billy the Kid versus Cowboy Bradley. You know, that really narrows it down, but the preliminary match was Lord Charles Montague versus Benji Ramirez.
Um, I think I'm gonna go with Florida. Yeah, things were different in the 1971.
1971.
Yes.
And what town? Well, honestly, it doesn't matter the town because you said Florida. It is not Florida. It is Fort Worth, Texas,
Damn
on
it!
November 21st, 1969.
I,
And interestingly about this card, I was just looking at it. I was like, there's only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 11 people wrestling on the show. The 2 referees, Dick Raines and Danny Pletchers.
I will say that's one thing I don't have yet is anything from Ed McElmore. Actually, I do have stuff from Ed McElmore, but I don't have photo of Ed McElmore because the shit's too expensive. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay $20 for a photo of Ed McElmore.
Is it signed at least?
No.
Oh Jesus! What the fuck? I don't think his family would pay $20 for a photo of Ed Malcolmore.
Yeah, but again, as Leash said, good old Texas. She got a kick of you saying the midgets.
Midgets.
Yes.
Billy the Kid. I love Billy. I love that song. I'll sing you a true
For those
song.
for those who might not be aware, back in the day, among the special attractions, the Battle Royal, the midgets were one of the special attractions for wrestling promoters to use
As
as
well the women.
as were the women, where women and midgets did not work with one company. Again, you could correct me if I'm wrong. They traveled around.
No. Yeah, they were brought in for special occasions, like a week or two here and there. The women. I don't know who ran the midgets. I believe it was either Lord Littlebrook or who was that? I think it was Lord Littlebrook, but it might
Yeah,
be
I think it
Sky
was Lord
Lolo.
Littlebrook that operated.
Yeah.
But
And then when he passed away, I think that's when it started to um end. Like during the 80s is when the midgets stopped being as popular of a
well,
quantity in the United
basically,
States.
how can we help Leash understand? Like, is there an easier way to simplify? Like, maybe like Lord Littlebrook was the agent of the little people,
Yeah, like he
and
would take the calls and he would book out the other
yeah,
the
he was like the
his
talent
other
agent.
boss.
Like because they
Yeah.
before Vince took everything national, people worked where were more free to work many places and weren't confined to one area.
It was Carnival. Yes.
Yeah, and I would say, what's her name's husband was the person. Not it was Mola was one of them, but what's her name's husband was the person
Billy
at
Wolf.
least. Say it again.
Billy Wolf.
Yeah, Billy Wolf. He was the agent
He was Mildred Burke's.
at least
Yeah,
in the
he was
East
Mildred
Coast.
Burke's husband. Yeah, and then when Mildred Burke and him broke up, then I think he married Moolah. Him and Moolah got married,
That would make
and then
sense because
Moolah
they worked
when Wolf.
very close together
Yeah,
in Boston.
and when Wolf died, then Moolah became
Yeah,
um the head honcho
yeah. Like
of the
basically,
women and would.
promoters would call the agent to book out the
Yeah,
talent because they didn't work. They didn't have them. Like I know Vince Senior was Andre's agent for a time.
yeah,
But things were a
and
little
then
bit
the
more
same would be
confusing.
done with the NWA World Champion, like depending on who the champion was,
Right.
they would have a specific person that would talk to the promoters. Like I know Lou Thez, I just finished reading his book. Like, yeah, it's Sam Muchnick who did it at one time, and then also I think at a point Ed Lewis also did it for him, like
That would
helped
make
him.
sense. Him and Ed Lewis were close from what I remember.
Yeah,
Because Ed Lewis had it with Billy Sandow and Tootsmont in Chicago.
and then they had a big falling out.
Yeah, because Billy Sandow was his. Well, Billy Sandow did it for Ed Lewis.
he was his manager for a little bit, but then they had a big
Right.
falling out too. Toots Bonds, who Luthez did not like at all.
Most people didn't.
Um,
Most people seemingly didn't.
yeah, well, he doesn't seem to be a nice fellow.
No, no. But now,
Actually, one of the things they talked about was a match between Bez and Bruno that was talked about happening on closed circuit in the 60s. Having Bruno, the New York office, Monta and McMahon try to have Bez drop the NWA World Title to Bruno, and then a year later they would have Bruno drop it back to him. But Dez didn't really trust them, and Dez, what I forget the exact amount. I think it was like $1 million at the time to even do it, and they were offering him like 100,000.
I remember that because I did a little research into Bruno a couple years ago, and I do remember that. But are you ready for the last program?
The last program, okay. Wow. I have to get it right on this one because I'm still down by one.
The last one is the opening match is Bruce Kirk and Johnny Case, or Bruce Kirk versus Johnny Case. Sorry.
Bruce, Bruce, Bruce Kirk versus Johnny Case.
Yes.
Johnny Case. I've never heard of either of these people. He sounds like a cartoon character.
And I know you love this guy. In the second match, Rene Goulet versus Cowboy Bill Watts.
Oh wow! It says Cowboy Bill Watts.
Well, I know it's Bill Watts because there's a picture of Bill Watts on the program.
What does it say though? Does it just say
It's
Bill
Cowboy
Watts?
Watts. It's Cowboy Watts.
Cowboy. Okay, it does say Cowboy.
Yes, it says Cowboy, yeah. In a 2-on-1 handicap match, the 600-pound Man Mountain Mike against Angelo Poffo and Tokyo Joe.
Wait. Okay. Little Tokyo. That's the midget. Okay.
Yes, Little
Tokyo Joe,
Tokyo's the midget.
normal
Yes.
sized person. Okay. I was thinking like, why is May Mountain Mike facing little person?
No, it's not going to be a 600-pound guy versus a little person.
Jesus.
Wilbur Schneider versus Larry Hennig in the next match.
Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. Not a fast rider. Say it again.
Wilbur Schneider versus Larry Hennig.
Alright. Right now I'm thinking it's in the early 70s.
And now we move to Edward Carpentier
Jesus, this is sad.
versus the hot-headed troublemaker Jim Dillinger.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Is that Don Fargo? Or is
um
that Chris Cold?
I will let you know after I go finish the card, as we have one more match. It is a Super World Tag Team title match. The undisputed Super World Champions, Mad Dog and Butcher Vachon,
Okay.
versus the Fabulous Redheads, Red Lions, and Red Bastien.
Okay. Ooh, this could be Canada. Oh, jeez. Would you really throw me a curveball with Canada? It's either Canada or the AWA. Ooh, it could be Chicago though. But was Fred? No, I don't think Fred Kohler was promoted by the 70s. This could be the 60s, but Man Mountain Mike makes me think it's the 70s. I believe he debuted in the 70s. Ooh, but a lot of these guys were famous in the 60s. I'm thinking now it's the 60s, especially since Watts is there. So this has to be the 60s, I'm guessing, since Watts is early in the card. I can. Oh Jesus. If this was AWI, I would think Vern Gagne would be on it. So I don't think it's AWA. Who was Mad Dog and Butcher facing the Redheads?
Yeah, Red Lions
Red
and
Bastions
Red
and yeah.
Bastion.
Could be Texas, because Texas is always a possibility. Man Mountain Mike. I like he was popular in the Northwest. Poffo. Fuck. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Ah! Jim Dillinger. I can't remember if Don Fargo was Jim or Jack Dillinger. I know he was a Dillinger. Mad Dog and Butcher are the tag team champions.
The undisputed Super World Champions.
And it's the fact they but the World Tag Team titles were called the World Tag Team titles in every territory.
And I will give you the clarification. It is Chris Colt. It is not Don Fargo.
Oh, it's Chris Colt. Okay.
Yeah, Jim Dillinger is Chris
That
Colt.
makes me think it's in the later 60s then.
All right, Leash.
Mad Dog and Butcher. This could be Quebec. Carpentier is there. The Vachons are there. The Redheads are there. And Wilbur Snyder and Henning. Oh, they make me think of Chicago. Especially because the Vachons are there. Pontier was big in Chicago. Poffo was big in... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say Chicago. A lot of big Chicago people here. I'm going to say it's Chicago. Or the environs of Illinois. And... Jeez. I wish I remembered when Mad Dog Vachon was the AWA World Champion. So it's So it's Chicago and... God. I don't remember when Watch went to WWF. I'm gonna say 1968 Chicago.
My only question before I give you the answer is what happens if we end in a tie?
I'm guessing either we call it a draw or we do one more.
It is not Fred Kohler. It is Bob Luch. It is Chicago. It is the amphitheater.
Okay, good. I got Chicago.
Donovan Hall Arena. It is the amphitheater in Chicago, Illinois. October 11th, 1969.
Oh my god, it's a year off! Damn. Damn, I really thought it was 68. I thought 69 would be too late because I thought maybe, nah, you know what? All these people would have still been active. Oh,
the next show.
I guess I was thinking Carpentier might have been starting to slow it down, but he still would have been there. Jeez. Jeez.
Everybody's All-American standout and ranking world title contender, Cowboy Bill Watts faces Rene Goulet of France in a special one-fall match. That match is the only lower card match that actually has a breakdown.
Interesting. They were trying to get over Watts bad.
Uh-huh. I agree. But the next show at the amphitheater is November 8th.
When did Watts debut?
65, 66, I think.
I figured this had to be early because he was preliminary. Oh, he debuted in 62. Wow, this is 7 years.
Huh. And upcoming on or actually just happened on October the 4th, Yukon Cholak and Baron von Raschke, the Beast of Berlin in Hammond at the Hammond Civic Center. This is one of a few programs I have from Mr. Bob Luch.
I am so proud. Was he the one that would say like blood, death?
Yes, he's the one that would say the buzzwords to sell the show.
Does that one have it on?
Well, he has the undisputed world tag team,
Oh yeah, that,
the
the
undisputed
Super
super.
World Tag Team Champions.
I'll
I should
say
have
it.
known from that.
It's right on the cover. The Super World Tag Team Champion. It's in Big
Yeah,
World.
because World isn't enough. You have to be the
Super
Super
World
World.
Tag Title bout. The Vachon brothers. The Mad Dogs Vachon brothers.
The Mad Dog Vachon Brothers.
It says the Mad Dogs Vachon brothers. The reason why we're laughing at that is because Mad Dog Vachon is one, and then Butcher Vachon is the other. It is not two Mad Dogs. It is one Mad Dog.
Okay. Okay. So what do you want to do? Go on a draw or do one more?
Well, I mean, would the draw bring people back for more?
I don't know.
We're gonna we're
Who
gonna
knows?
we're gonna pull events and have a
Uh,
do the time tested formula and then end up doing this in a cage 3 months from now.
do a 2-hour time limit. No time limit. I mean, I do have a card here. I thought we were gonna do 5, so I did have a 5th one here.
Oh well, if you did have an extra one, we'll do another one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have to grab one. So give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Actually, might as well. It was on top. So I still had the storage bin down, so I just grabbed the one that was on top.
Okay. Keeping them nice and secure, making sure no robbers could come by and steal away the programs of wrestling history.
Oh yeah, have to. Did you want me to go, or are you?
Oh no, I was making sure you were ready. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. In the first preliminary, in a 1-fall 15-minute time limit match, Colonel Stu Gibson from Louisville, Kentucky, 230 pounds, versus Joe Pizzatola from Houston, Texas, 218 pounds. Any thoughts so far?
Interesting names.
Second preliminary tag team match. John Tolos from Montreal, Canada, 220 pounds, and Gentleman Jean Dorval from Nice, France, 235 pounds, versus Pierre Lasalle, Montreal, Canada, 229 pounds, and the only American in the match, Jack Curtis Jr. from Vicksburg, Mississippi, 215 pounds. In the top preliminary match, Madman Martin from Toronto, Canada, 245 pounds, takes on Kangaroo Kennedy from Kempsey, Australia, 220 pounds. Special event. A masked lady from Mexico City, 135 pounds, will take on Irma Gonzalez, 133 pounds, from Cuernavaca, Mexico. 1 fall to a finish. I guess that means no time limit. In a semi-final match, Zanzaro from Paris, France, 225 pounds, takes on El Medico, weighing 230 pounds, from Mexico City, in a loser loses their mask match. In the main event, 2 out of 3 falls, 90-minute time limit. Duke Kiyomuka from Honolulu, Hawaii, 218 pounds, takes on Pepe Gomez, 205 pounds, out of Los Angeles, California. I'm surprised Pepper Gomez was only 205 pounds.
He does seem like he would be thicker than that.
Yeah. He was the man with the iron stomach.
Oh. Who was against Medico in the semi-main?
Tarzan Zorro. There's 2 people from France on this card.
See, Pepper Gomez, legend in California. Duke Kiyomoko, Florida. But mask versus mask, it's either California or Texas. But also, I said last time that the Mexicans went to Florida too.
What makes you think mask versus mask would be Texas or California?
It's just more seems like more seems like a Texas thing because it would be a stipulation that spilled over from Mexico. And also, the last time I didn't think it was Texas, it turned out to be Texas. As Leash said, good old Texas. But with Duke Kiyomoko, I think I'm going to go with Florida. I have to be right with Florida at some point.
What's the town? The year?
1966, Miami Beach, Florida.
June 13th, 1958. Houston, Texas.
Fuck!
You keep going to Texas, and then you keep like, not Texas. It's always Texas.
Damn it, Texas!
God damn. Which was the one you got right? I can't even remember.
The first one.
First one, Pick the Bruiser.
Yeah, AWA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you got St. Paul. I remember. And then you got St. Louis. So we're good. We're good with the towns. It's just the years that we fucked up on.
Oh yeah, we suck with the years.
Which ones did I get again? I know I got a St. Louis right. Oh, Chicago, yeah. So
yeah,
we're
you
good
got
with
St.
the
Louis.
towns.
Mm-hmm.
We're good with the towns. The years we're just fucking.
Yeah, we can tell the territory. We could tell the guys that are in the territories, but.
Yeah, we're looking like an H-Man talent right now.
Yeah. So another guy reappearing in the opening match, Rene Goulet. He gets around.
Rene Goulet
versus Danny Pleaches.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Danny Miller versus Bobby Pico in the second match.
Danny Miller?
Danny Miller, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Never heard of him. Versus who? Bobby
Pico.
Bobby Pico. I've heard of him. Know nothing about him, but I've heard of him. Never forget a name like Pico.
This is the next match, special event, Baron Raschke.
Okay.
Versus Tiger Conway.
Tiger Conway. Yeah.
In the semi-final match, Grizzly Smith versus Kurt Hess.
Von Hess?
It's just listed as Kurt Hess, but I'm going to say possibly it is Kurt Von Hess.
I'm assuming it's Kurt Von Hess, because if it's a main event match, it wouldn't just be a random guy named Kurt Hess.
Yes, it's Kurt Von Hess.
Yeah.
And then in the main event, it is Fritz Von Erich and Waldo Von Erich. Okay. In a 2 out of 3 falls, 60-minute time limit tag team match. Against Gene Kaninsky and Joe Blanchard.
Okay, so my gut says Texas, so I'm gonna say Texas. Blanchard and Kaninsky. It's either late 60s or early 70s. Tiger Conway always makes me think Houston. Fritz and Waldo makes me think Fort Worth. Grizzly Smith could be anywhere in Texas. Same with Kurt Van Hess. Roski could be anywhere. I was also thinking WWF, because the Von Erichs were big there.
It's true.
Von Roski, I believe, had stints in the WWF. New York. I'm not gonna keep saying 3Ws, so New York. Grizzly Smith, Kurt Von. I'm not. Grizzly Smith, Kurt Von Hess. I'm never gonna get anything from that because they could have been anywhere. And the opening match, Danny Plitches. That actually, yeah. You know what? It's Texas because I don't think Danny Plitches was in New York. It's near the end of his career, and it's still the late 60s, early 70s. Goulet just fucking got around. He was like a wrestling hooker. Not because he had sex with the people, just because he got around. Baron Von Raschke, yeah, I'm not gonna really know anything about. I've never really looked into his career that much. I just know he was a mainstay in AWA. Fritz and Waldo. Jesus. Nitsky Blanchard. I have no idea the year. I'm gonna say 1970, and I'm gonna say. No, when did Ron Roski debut? No, I'm gonna say 1970. No, yeah, I'm gonna say 1970. I'm not gonna say like, oh, yeah, 1969 and how it'd be 1970. So I'm gonna say 1970. I'm gonna say it's out of. I'm gonna either say Houston or Fort Worth. I'll go with. Pletchers makes me think either one. Maybe Houston more. Tigers, Houston. The Von Erichs main event though, they're in. I'm gonna say Fort Worth because of Von Erichs.
It is Friday, November 15th, 1968,
Jesus Christ!
in Fort Worth, Texas.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh yeah, that makes me feel. See, I had to win the debut. I had to win the debut. Gives me credibility. Oh, God damn. Final score 3-2.
3 to
That was
2.
a good game. Good game.
Yeah, good game.
Ah damn. Yeah, didn't I tied it on the final one, right?
Yeah, you tied it on the final one, yes.
Oh my god, that's crazy. And it's always the same. We never got the year right then. We never got
true.
the year.
I gotta stop guessing Florida though.
We came close. Was it one of I forget which one now. I mean, I feel like I have dementia. One of us was like 2 months off. Like we guessed, like 68. It was January 69.
That was you.
Yeah. Like we got close.
Yeah, it was my first
It was
program.
also me who got fucking 1946 when it was 1957.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that was also you.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate you coming on and hanging out and flexing our wrestling knowledge. And I'm glad you had fun. I had fun too. And I'm sure we'll do this again down the road.
We shall.
Yes.
With that, I will bid you adieu and let you continue on with whatever you will do, either ending the stream or continuing with it. So long and have a swell evening.
You as well.